What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about some of the Bitcoin news that came through the back end of last week. One really big piece of news regarding Bitcoin. Um, and I'll get into that in a second. As always, I update the spreadsheet. The first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel. Had you invested $100 into each of these when I release videos about them and you were still holding that crypto, be in profit for over 25 grand. This is after multiple retracements. We're in bear cycle mode now, guys. I made no mistake about it. That is an opportunity. If you want to see the coins I hold right now, you can come check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share every coin I buy, every coin I sell. But right now, I'm sort of preparing myself for a bear cycle, which means starting to identify, share those coins that I think have enormous upside potential in the long run. There's a few right now that I'm really eyeing up. I think with good retracements, there's going to be some seriously good opportunities in terms of making really good profit. I found Phantom in a bear cycle, even after the last sort of few months of retracement, that's still up 148 times from when I found it. You only need to find one or two of them, and it changes your life, guys. And I'm hoping I have found at least one of them, if not more. So if you want to know which ones I'm really excited about, you can click the link in the description and check it out. Right, Fidelity. Fidelity Investments has launched the industry's first of its kind Bitcoin offering for 401k in core investments. This is basically your retirement plan in America. Um, this is pretty massive in terms of just general, in terms of the fact that people are going to be able to invest in Bitcoin for their retirement. We knew this was coming. Pension funds have started doing it in Australia, and this has been something that I've been speaking about for a while. So it's good to see that one of the biggest asset managers in the world are pushing forward with this. So they've announced the launch of Fidelity's Workplace Digital Assets account, the industry's first offering that will enable individuals to have a portion of their retirement savings allocated to Bitcoin through the core 401k plan investment lineup. The innovative new offering, which MicroStrategy plans to add to its 401k plan later this year, will be broadly available to employers mid-year. So hopefully midway through this year, everyone will be able to use this. So as a leader in digital assets, they're thrilled to be the first to offer employers exposure to Bitcoin for the core lineup of 401ks. That reflects their commitment to meeting their evolving needs and our belief in the premise of blockchain technology for the financial industry's future. No doubt about it, obviously. Now, the announcement was made on Friday. According to the Fidelity Digital Assets study, 30% of the US institutional investors surveyed would prefer to buy an investment product containing digital assets. Meanwhile, Fidelity estimates that roughly 80 million US individuals currently own or have invested in at least one digital currency. Now, in terms of the potential for money coming into this market, it's pretty dramatic. They own, they have a 4 trillion, excuse me, $1 trillion, effectively invested into the 401ks, and 20% of that is going to be allocated to digital assets. So that does actually mean a wave of about $800 billion can come into crypto. And what's interesting is obviously this is a long-term investment. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the price is going to pump. You know, not everyone's going to do it the same day or whatever, but what it just does signal is that everyone's got, or certainly the biggest asset managers have a similar view of Bitcoin to certainly Michael Saylor, which is fundamentally, look, it's a long-term investment that can appreciate in value dramatically. And people that are putting their retirement savings together will have that same view. So they won't be looking at selling it for many, many years. And it's a very, very interesting opportunity. I don't think this means that all of a sudden we're reversing and going bullish, I still think bear cycle is, we're here, we're in the bear cycle. It's just now a question of how low do we go. But in terms of a long-term outlook on crypto, this can solidify a lot of people's thinking, because when Fidelity, who run the biggest 401k in America, are introducing crypto assets for long-term retirement plans, then I think a lot of people will take a longer-term view of crypto, as opposed to let's get in, try and make millions in 1 year and get out. So very big news, and obviously that's a hell of a lot of money coming into Bitcoin. In other news, Ethereum whales continue to accumulate. So obviously the merge is upcoming, and whales are accumulating en masse ahead of the merge. A deeper dive into the ongoing accumulation of Ether by whale wallets was provided by cryptocurrency intelligence firm Jarvis Labs, which posted the following chart looking at the percentage change in whale wallets versus ETH price. So the color of the dots relates to the price of Ether, with the chart showing that whale wallets began decreasing their holdings when the price was above 4K, and didn't start reaccumulating until after the price dropped below 2,300. Whales are continuing to accumulate Ether. Their accumulation remains in sideways to uptrend, according to Jarvis Labs. And it's not just the whales who are scooping ETH up on the dip. The red dots indicate that both whale wallets and smaller wallets have seen an increase in accumulation. Looking at just Ether wallet distributions, it can be inferred that whales UP and fishes UP seem to be accumulating. So potentially down to the merge. Obviously, there is a question of, is an ETH decoupling on the horizon? And analysts at Delphi Digital have contemplated whether Ethereum's price could decouple from Bitcoin leading into or after the merge. The analysts also predicted that the altcoin is likely to see more consolidation for Ethereum Bitcoin in the short run. And the question is, what will it take for Ethereum to break free from the invisible chain that's kept it tethered to Bitcoin? The current bullish ultrasound money and merge narrative surrounding Ethereum might just be the one thing to help Ethereum break free from its correlation to Bitcoin. And it is gaining momentum. There's a lot of Ethereum staked now. That's actually a record level that they've ended up with 12 million Ethereum staked, which is a fairly big deal. And overall, the data is showing that even with Ethereum price trading 42.5% from its all-time high, smart money continues to accumulate due to the expected boost in stake and reward percentages, and anticipate that the price will turn bullish once Ethereum becomes a deflationary asset. And it may do in the short term, and it may still be a market catalyst. But right now, there's definite downside coming for Ethereum. We can see we're in a descending pattern right now for Ethereum. And while whales will continue to accumulate, we are definitely in a falling pattern. I don't think it changes anything dramatically. I think the merge, when there's a confirmed sort of month or time frame for it, because I know we've got it should happen 3 months after June, but we often see with these kind of things that it gets kicked back and it gets kicked back and it gets kicked back. It's complicated. I'm not suggesting for a second that it isn't, but if there was another announcement that it was going to take another 3 months upon the 3-month delay that we're already experiencing, then I think again we would see a really sharp decline in Ethereum in the short term. Long term, obviously, I think most people are bullish on Ethereum. I think the stake and rewards will be very beneficial. I think there's going to be a lot of people pleased about it. I don't think it changes anything in terms of transactional costs. We already saw them go through the roof in the past week with the crazy amount of buys on the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So we'll see how it plays out. It's going to be an interesting one, but we're definitely heading down. The market's been heading down. There's certainly a decent line of resistance on the sort of uptrend of the lowest wicks of the lowest dips, but it's going to break through that line of support soon enough, and then there's going to be far more downside. But they are opportunities. They are very good opportunities to accumulate some solid cryptos that have, long-term good long-term prospects. But Fidelity is massive news, and it'll be interesting to see the amount of people that start adding Bitcoin to their overall retirement plans. Could it be a wave of money coming into the market? I think it's unlikely that we're going to see any significant price change as a result. But let me know in the comments. If you've got a 401k, are you planning on adding Bitcoin to that? Yeah, let me know. It'd be fascinating to hear it. And that's it from me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you know when new content's coming out. And if you're new to crypto or you've been in crypto a while and you're not happy with how things are going, or you're uncertain about the future or which cryptos you're going to be getting in on during the bear cycle, then you can find out exactly the coins I'm going to be getting in on the bear cycle if you visit the site. The link, guys, is in the description. Take it easy. Bye-bye.